Hello everybody, I'm MITXPRO. I'm a student of Professional Certificate in Cybersecurity. In this presentation, I want to explain to you about the Equifax data breach and how I look into the defensive and offensive strategy for Equifax to improve the responsiveness of the case. First, we check out the facts on the data breach of Equifax. Equifax is a consumer credit reporting agency in US. On September 2017, Equifax disclosed that they have a data breach of over 140 million consumers. We learned that from the case that the cybersecurity has lasted for 76 days. 9,000 queries were sent to inquire the 48 databases, and PII data are located for 265 times. Certificates that allow the monitoring of ACIS network is expired for more than 19 months. We found that the data breach was made possible because of the unpatched vulnerability of Apache Struts as an entry point, and the expired certificate defeats the monitoring mechanism, which makes the data exfiltrations continuous for more than 2 months. Next, we examine the timelines of Equifax data breach. The breach begins with an Apache Struts announcement of vulnerability, and its patch was announced on March 7 as well. Red circle represents the course of attack from March 10th to July 30th. The attack ends only after Equifax takes ACIS application offline. Blue circle represents Equifax security team efforts in preventing the attacks and working out the forensics. That fails at the beginning as the certificate was expired. Only after the certificate was renewed, security team found abnormal traffic in the ACIS system and take the system offline in 2 days at the end of the night. Green circle shows the communication and organizational response within Equifax and made to the public. The breach has taken nearly a month to reach the board of directors by August 24th. We then do some analysis using two tools, MITRE and also this cybersecurity framework. MITRE attack shows a vivid picture of what is the entry point of the attack and how the attack sustained, and how the attacks cause damage to Equifax. We can examine further the MITRE attack analysis through the navigator, and there are several items that we want to examine. One is the tactic, techniques, and procedure, which we usually call TTP, and the data source for monitoring purpose, and also the mitigation methods. Through the examination of the MITRE attack, we can lay out our defensive strategy for Equifax. Take the initial access and also the last one, exfiltration, as an example. For the initial access, the attacker exploits the public-facing application, for which we can find out the problem from the network traffic. And to limit the access from the attacker, we can patch the service and also do the IP whitelisting so as to block the attackers from attacking the system. And also the last one, the exfiltration, and they usually exfiltrate over alternative protocol. And we can find out the problem from the application log, the file access, and also the network traffic. For this, if we want to prevent the exfiltration, we can implement the data loss prevention tools to avoid and block the unauthorized access to the data. Next, the list CSF framework is examined for the Equifax case. This CSF framework provides examination to both technical and non-technical issues to Equifax case. To name a few, from the identify to the protect functions, we can see that Equifax have not exercised good asset management, patch management, and also log management. So they have a gap on this kind of management. For non-technical issue, you can find out that the board has not given good oversight over cybersecurity issue. IT operation and security team has not communicated well to manage the risk together. And also, lastly, the communication to the public is low and ineffective to recover the situation. After examining the MITRE attack and this framework, we now list out the issues and decide our defensive offensive strategy, and finally we discuss the lessons we have learned. About the organization and governance issue, we found that the board oversight to cybersecurity issue is missing. The technology team and the technology committee was not involved in overseeing the cybersecurity matters. We can also see that there's execution gap between the policy and the operation, and also gaps between the IT operation and the security operations. Moreover, we can find that there's an aggressive growth strategy over the years from 2003, and which is not matched with the cybersecurity implementation. And lastly, the risk escalation and disclosure procedure is too slow and unprofessional. So what are the major root causes and problems for the Equifax case? First, the patch management is incomplete. The SIS system is not patched. This is the major loophole for the attacker to exercise the data exfiltrations. Second, there is no major risk incident procedure, which could quickly bring any major issue to the board, such that the board could oversee the process of investigation and including the employment of legal and security counsel. As we see, there are quite a few other issues and missteps to the Equifax event. I hereby highlight two from the list. One is that in 2015, already mentioned quite a few findings to the patch management, and they are not remediated even in 2017. As a result, the CIO of ACIS system did not forward the patch email, which left the ACIS system unpatched. Also, the sensitive data is not properly segregated through level segmentation and protected through the data loss protection tools. So, what kind of improvement we can make to the Equifax defensive strategy? First of all, Equifax should establish Security Operations Center to centrally handle the SOC analysis and incident response. For the patch management and the cybersecurity framework, these two I have mentioned before and I will not expand it here. I could see that the payable and the business continuity plan are not well prepared and written. If the payables and the BCP are readily available, the response rate of incidents should be swifter and also more responsive. For the defensive security tools, improvement can be made on the CM, WAF, and also data loss protection tools. Periodically, I suggest that Equifax should set up the threat hunting programs to hunt down those APTs. With the help of WAFs, open source intelligence, and also thinking the mindset of attackers, Equifax could perform penetration tests, red teaming, and also ethical hacking to improve their offensive strategy. Finally, the lessons learned. Organization-wise, we have gone through the problems of board of directors and also the security operations center in previous slides. I would suggest Equifax to look into the setup of the Information Risk Council, which allows the addressing of communication issues between various departments like IT operation and also the security team. Disclosure and notification procedures is another important lesson that without those, organizations cannot respond to cybersecurity incidents effectively and efficiently. Technically, here are 2 points that I want to emphasize. One, Equifax should examine the list of cybersecurity tools so that cybersecurity technology could catch up with the IT technology that they use and not leaving the company, the legacy system, behind without effective monitoring. The second point is that companies usually fail again and again on some fundamental topics of cybersecurity, like patch management, vulnerability scanning, network segmentation, privileged account management, and also encryption of data. All of them seems to be basic and fundamental. Regular audit and risk management examination through various frameworks like this framework, MITRE, and could examine and strengthen the cybersecurity practice over time. So, the above is my analysis to the data breach case of Equifax, and hope you enjoy my presentation. Thank you.